The stone cutter who changed his destiny. The mountain stood like a giant against the morning sky. Every day, before the sun had fully risen, the sound of hammer striking stone echoed across the valley. Among dozens of workers was a young stone cutter named Arin. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the fastest. And he certainly wasn't the most talented. While others broke enormous rocks with ease, Arin struggled to split even the smallest pieces. Every evening he walked home exhausted. His hands bled. His shoulders ached. And his heart grew heavier with every passing day. People laughed at him. "You'll never become a master. You're too weak. You should find another job." Even his own relatives believed he would fail. At night Arin stared at the stars and asked himself one question. What if they're right? One rainy afternoon, while everyone rushed home, Arin noticed an old man calmly sitting beneath a tree, watching the rain fall over the mountain. The old man smiled. "You look defeated." Arin sighed. "I work harder than anyone, yet I achieve less." The old man picked up 2 stones. One was large. The other was tiny. He placed both on the ground. Then he asked, "If I strike this large stone once, will it break?" "No." "What about twice?" "No." 10 times? "No." 100? "Maybe." The old man nodded. The 100th strike gets the credit. But every strike before it made the 100th possible. Arin remained silent. The old man handed him the small stone. "Never measure effort by today's result. Measure it by tomorrow's strength." Then he walked away. Those words echoed inside Arin's mind. The next morning nothing had changed. The rocks were still heavy. His muscles still hurt. People still mocked him. But something inside him had become different. Instead of trying to break the biggest rock, he focused on making one perfect strike. Then another. Then another. Every single day. Without worrying about success. Without comparing himself to others. Only one better strike than yesterday. Weeks passed. Months passed. The changes were invisible. Nobody noticed. Except Arin. His swings became smoother. His breathing steadier. His confidence stronger. The rocks that once seemed impossible now cracked with fewer strikes. Still, he wasn't the best. Not yet. One day a wealthy merchant arrived in the village. He wanted a massive stone sculpture carved from the hardest rock in the mountain. Every experienced craftsman volunteered. The village chief organized a competition. Each worker had 3 days. The winner would receive enough money to change his life forever. Everyone believed the strongest man would win. No one even mentioned Arin. The competition began. Huge hammers echoed across the mountain. Some workers struck wildly. Others relied only on strength. Arin remembered the old man's lesson. One perfect strike. Then another. Every hit had purpose. Every movement had patience. By the 3rd day something unexpected happened. Many competitors had cracked their stones unevenly. Some completely shattered the blocks. Their strength became their weakness. Arin's stone, though slower to shape, was nearly flawless. The merchant examined every sculpture carefully. Then he smiled. "I choose this one." Everyone turned toward Arin. Silence covered the mountain. The weakest worker had won. The celebration lasted all night. People congratulated him. Those who once mocked him suddenly praised him. But Arin knew something important. The victory hadn't happened in 3 days. It had happened through hundreds of ordinary mornings. Thousands of unnoticed strikes. Millions of tiny decisions not to quit. The merchant became Arin's lifelong customer. Soon he was earning more than anyone in the village. Years later he opened a workshop. Young apprentices came from distant towns to learn from him. One student asked, "Master, what secret made you successful?" Arin smiled. "I'll show you." He handed the student a hammer. Together they stood before an enormous stone. Arin struck it once. Nothing happened. Twice. Nothing. 10 times. Still nothing. The student looked confused. "This isn't working." Arin continued. 20. 30. 40. Finally. On the 50th strike. The stone split cleanly into 2 pieces. The student gasped. That last strike was incredible. Arin shook his head. No. The first 49 were incredible. The student never forgot those words. Neither did anyone who heard them. Years later Arin became famous across the kingdom. People admired his sculptures displayed in palaces and temples. Visitors praised his talent. But few understood the truth. Talent wasn't what built those masterpieces. Consistency did. Patience did. Discipline did. One winter an ambitious young traveler visited Arin. "I've tried many businesses. I've started many dreams. I always quit because success takes too long." Arin led him to a cave. Inside were broken stones everywhere. Half-finished sculptures. Abandoned projects. The traveler asked, "What is this place?" Arin answered, "My failures." The traveler looked shocked. "You failed this many times?" Arin laughed softly. "More. I simply kept working after each failure." He pointed toward one unfinished sculpture. "I spent 6 months carving this. It broke one day before completion. I cried. Then I started again." The traveler stared silently. Arin continued. "People celebrate my victories. No one counts my failures." That evening the traveler climbed the mountain alone. He realized something. Most people stop when progress becomes invisible. They mistake silence for failure. But roots grow underground long before trees touch the sky. The next morning he returned. "Master, I don't want easy success anymore. I want lasting success." Arin smiled. "Then fall in love with the process. Success will eventually fall in love with you." Years passed. The mountain changed. Villages grew into towns. Children became parents. Arin became an old man. One final evening he climbed to the highest cliff where he had spent his youth. He looked at the mountain covered with thousands of marks left by generations of stone cutters. Each mark seemed small. Together, they had reshaped the mountain forever. He whispered, "A mountain never fears the hammer. It fears the person who refuses to stop swinging." When Arin passed away, the villagers built a monument in his honor. Not his greatest sculpture. Not his wealth. Not his fame. Instead, they carved a simple hammer into stone. Beneath it were the words he had repeated throughout his life. Greatness is not built by one extraordinary moment. It is built by ordinary moments repeated with extraordinary consistency. Moral of the story. Most people believe success comes from talent, luck, or perfect timing. But history tells a different story. Every champion, every inventor, every entrepreneur, every artist, and every leader succeeded because they kept going when progress couldn't yet be seen. The results you want may not appear today. Or tomorrow. But every honest effort, every lesson learned, every failure survived, and every disciplined action is another strike against the stone. One day, the breakthrough will come. And when it does, the world will call it an overnight success. Only you will know it was built by thousands of unseen moments when you chose not to quit. If this story inspired you, remember, your biggest breakthrough may be just one more effort away. Keep showing up, even when no one is watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs a reminder to keep going. Until next time, stay patient, stay disciplined, and never stop building your destiny.